Hi, my name is Deja Perez. This is the presentation for the Child Development Research paper. My topic of my paper was language development. What is language development? What age do children start to develop language? How do they use it in their daily lives? And how can it affect them going in school? Okay, so first, I just want to describe language development and pretty much give you the definition. So, language development can be described as the process in which children come to understand and communicate language during early childhood. So, speech is, how can I say it? Speech is important in any child's life as they start to grow and they start to develop their language. It's very important because that's how they basically communicate with each and every person around them. So as they're young, they start to develop sounds first, like mama, dada, or sound like ah or ooh, and then it turns into full words like school or cookie, juice, and then it could turn into full sentences like mommy, I need juice, daddy, I need juice, daddy, I want to get down, mommy, I want to get on the bed, that type of stuff. So you'll see me going back and forth because my laptop is right here, so I'm just going there for so for quick notes. So according to the Children Network, RaisingChildren.net, the first 3 years of a child's life is very crucial. That's when they start to really develop their language, and what they hear around them really helps because they could hear a word and then start to pick up on it if that word is used very often in their household. So it also states that around 4 months, babies should be able to wave. You see a lot of babies waving at first. That would be like their first gesture for language development, and then that quickly turns into high and by because they learn that waving can mean high or waving can also mean bye. Okay. And then I also learned what just really stuck out to me is that many parents have problems with their child developing language. Some children tend to develop language at like 3 years old. Like not all babies start to talk around 1 or 2 years old. It could be a very scary situation, but according to healthychildren.org, the American Academy of Pediatrics, some signs that children are not developing like other children would be if they don't notice that you're in the room with them, if they prefer to play alone instead of interacting with other children because they feel as though they can't express what they're trying to say to another child, so why even bother, they just rather play alone. And also maybe they rely heavy on gesture, they rely heavy on waving or pointing at something to show you what they want instead of using their actual words to say it. Delayed language could lead into your child going into public school, private school, any school with other kids and getting bullied, which is every parent's worst nightmare. They don't want their child to get bullied. So some programs that can help with that is that program called Part C, or it can be known as Birth to 3. This program is an early invention and is paid for by the state. So it's good for parents who are really not financially stable. The state actually does pay for the class. They could also get a therapist, try speech therapy, and maybe the speech therapist could get their child to start developing their actual words so they don't have to rely heavily on their gestures. If your child is a delayed bloomer child with their words, you could try going to the doctor and getting they suggest getting a hearing test to see if maybe their speech has something to do with their hearing, because if they can't hear, what are they going to speak for? I guess that's what they're trying to say. And then maybe it could as simply be as your child is shy and just doesn't like to talk around other people yet. It was also declared that speech delay occurs within 1 out of every 5 babies. So if your child is considered speech delay, do not panic. Just try to read more with them. If you have a book that has pictures, try and point to them and get them to repeat the word after you say it. If it's a red apple, try to say red apple and get them to repeat you, and so on and so forth. And then if that doesn't work, like I said, you can take them to a doctor to see if maybe it's something with their hearing. The program, the Part C program, is really good. Remember that it's funded by the state. And just overall, that language development is very key in your child's life, and it's very important. And you should really take the language development important with your child, because it's how they're going to communicate with you as a baby and as they get older. And we want all children to be able to communicate what they want to say and not be frustrated with themselves because they can't get their words out. So I would just say, really take the first 3 years of a child's life very serious. Work on language development. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. Do not panic. Take your children to the doctors. Try therapy. There's programs for it. Either way, there's something out there to help every single child. Once again, my name is Deja Perez, and my topic was language development.